Yeah, it doesn't.
I heard it a very little bit last week.
You want to move the mic to the other side of the camera?
Like that.
Not, well, a little bit.
Now one of you guys can pick up the ROH card.
I got
the
ROH card.
You got it? Okay, cool.
No.
Whoa, that's a touchdown. Kenyon Drake.
I guess you're alright. One score, DJ.
Yeah. It's close enough to halftime to say one score, right?
No.
We're gonna make Isaac. Don't go
It's
yet.
already too late.
Oh, you're.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, we're live.
All right.
We are so live.
Okay.
You know how live we are, buddy?
But we're dead on the inside.
Yes.
That's what really matters.
What? Really? Okay, let's go.
Hello, everybody. You know me. Okay, you don't, but you know who I am. I am your Smarky Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Champion, Issa J. We'll see what happens later tonight. But we're not talking about later tonight just yet. We'll do that in our predictions video.
We'll have a live prediction video.
To my right,
It's Liam Landry.
to my left,
DJ.
he said DJ if you couldn't hear him.
I'm kind of bummed because I haven't won the title yet.
It's been well over a year now.
Almost 2 years. Well, November was a year, right?
I don't remember when we started doing that.
I think November, right?
No, that'd be
WrestleMania was
February.
the first time we did it, huh?
What?
No, it was I think it was the one before WrestleMania.
Yeah, because WrestleMania is the first time we actually had bought this title. For
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so, yeah, because we had the parade. Okay, so February, yeah. Okay, cool. So almost a year.
Yeah.
Damn.
Almost 2 years now.
Okay, cool. We'll be alright.
That's crazy.
You know, I
And
did miss a
we've
couple
only
of
had 3 champions between us.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we get started with. Do you want to go straight into the podcast, or do you want to do a quick update of our week?
Let's just go on the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
This week we can just go into the podcast.
Yeah.
News outside of the WWE.
You got
There was quite a bit.
You got the ROH card too. I got the page up for the NXT thing too when we talk about it.
Yeah, when we talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I guess I'll start off with the Tokyo Sports, the big time sports, newspaper magazine in Japan covering sports. Every year puts out their wrestling awards, and this week, they put out their awards for 2018.
Oh, cool.
So to go over there, their biggest award for men's wrestling is their MVP award, and that went to Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Oh, awesome.
So Tanahashi,
The winner
won.
of the IGP tournament, G4 tournament,
G1.
the G1.
Yeah, the G1.
Wow, I went everywhere but the right lane.
Yeah.
On that one.
Pretty much.
That now puts him at 4, I believe.
For MVP?
Yeah, MVP. The record is actually 6, so he's kind of getting close to that. And Tony Inoki,
Okay.
who is a legend of Japanese wrestling. He's
Awesome.
actually, looking here, in 76, 77, and 78, he won it 3 years in a row. That
Nice.
was how big he was back then. And other awards, they have Best Bout Award. And I know this is going to shock everyone and be like completely surprising.
Can I guess if I'm right or wrong on this one? Is it the Iron Man match between? No, it wasn't 2 out of 3 falls match between Kenny Omega and Okada.
Yes.
Yay!
I was like wondering why you're going with the Iron Man match.
I said the wrong match. I just said the wrong match.
It went over 60 minutes, but it wasn't an Iron Man match.
True.
Yeah.
Yes, and that is actually might be the first time in the history of the award that it's been won by the same people back to back. Because 2017, it was also Okada versus Omega,
Nice.
the best bout.
Okada versus Omega?
Yeah,
Kazuchika Okada and Kenny Omega are really bloody fantastic.
Yeah, they are. I've heard a lot from y'all.
Kazuchika Okada. They're both KO.
yeah.
That's cool.
Just putting that together.
I don't.
There was actually a joke on Twitter. Someone like Meltzer was saying about there's guys the best in the world, and someone was joking saying it's like yes, and two of them have a last name that begins with an O and ends with an A. There's also the award for what's the most outstanding performance? I think it was. Just for a good year, and this was won by Naomichi Marufuji. Naomichi Marufuji from Pro Wrestling Noah. There's a few other ones. We have. Now I want to go to Tag Team Awards. Here's Best Tag Team Awards. Goes to second year in a row actually for these guys.
Okay.
The Shuji Ishikawa. What is that? Ishikawa? Nawa? Ishikawa. And Shuma. And Shuwama?
Shuwama.
Yeah, that was Shuma from All Japan Pro Wrestling. Second year they won that, and want to also go to
the bottom one.
Yes.
Tsukasa Fujimoto.
Yes, Fujimoto from Ice Ribbon. She won the award for the Joshi or women's wrestling. Io Shirai, she's there because she actually has the record for 3-time winner of the MVP. Yeah, so that's covering some of the big awards from there. So good night. Good award pickup for Tanahashi yet again. Yeah. And I mean, he's a real big part of it. He's at every show. I think he's been wrestling with some injuries even from like last year. I don't know if he ever really had some time to rest for that. People were kind of surprised that didn't go to Kenny Omega. It actually only ever went to one Gaijin in the history of the award, and that was Will Sapp. He was a kickboxer, MMA guy, also in pro wrestling. I believe he was, he was New Japan. He was a IWGP World Heavyweight Champion for New Japan.
Oh, wow.
But he's the only Gaijin to ever win the award. I think Kenny Omega in this year, he only actually got 3 votes. I think Tanahashi had 12, Okada had 5, and then Omega had 3. So awesome. I feel it's going to be a little rough for like a Gaijin to come in there, especially if they're not going to be at every single show having matches. Yeah. Even though he did have some amazing matches, but
at least he's still represented in the fact that he and Okada put on one of the greatest wrestling matches in the world.
Oh, I don't think I said it, but the Joshi winner, the women's one, wrestled for Ice Ribbon, Japan, a Joshi promotion in Japan. I know we talked about Stardom in the past because
Io and the Pirate Princess
used to wrestle there, but yeah. So congratulations to all those, and even the ones that we didn't get to mention, because there's quite a few different awards.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. And then I can also go into the next one. Talk about MLW, Major League Wrestling. They have their weekly show, MLW Fusion, and this past week they had a live show, a live special,
awesome, on
beIN Sports Network, a network. It's on TV. You can probably find it. If you go to beinsports.com, I'm sure you can find it on there. They also have an app to watch it on there. So to go through, we can also go through the card just a bit quick. But I watched it. I watched it on the YouTube page. I didn't look to see if I actually had the network yet. But the first match of the night started off with a ladder match. MJF was their middleweight champion, but he is now facing injuries.
Oh no!
So he had to drop the title.
Oh man!
He was also the CZW champion as well. So I guess that guy vacated. So we had a ladder match featuring Gringo Loco, Cotto Brazil, El Hijo de la Park, Desmond Xavier, and Teddy Hart.
Oh wow.
Teddy Hart was kind of like a last minute thing to be kind of put in there.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about beforehand, saying like, oh, there's apparently a surprise person in there, and then like he just kind of jumps out and attacks Cotto Brazil. This was a pretty fun match here. Cotto Brazil actually got taken out real early. I don't know if maybe he's working sick or working injured or something. But he was kind of out of it for most of the match, taken out early by El Hijo de la Park.
Okay.
The son of La Park.
Yeah. Who was also at the event, not wrestling, but also at the event.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a real fun matchup here. They didn't go up top ladders too much, but it was still a lot of high flying things. They had a real good spot here with Gringo Loco gets pushed off the ladder by Teddy Hart, and he jumps onto the second rope and jumps out and grabs Desmond Xavier with a cutter.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, and Gringo Loco's not even like a small guy either. He's a kind of bigger guy. But it ended up winning. Teddy Hart ended up winning. It looks like he was kind of grabbing his knee at part of the match. He actually did a thing where the ladder was set up, hung on the ladder and the ropes. And I believe it was Desmond Xavier was put on top of it. And Teddy Hart jumped onto the top of the rope and did a moonsault over it. I think he maybe hit his knee on the ladder. It was still pretty fine because as crazy as Teddy Hart is, he then put the returning Cotto Brazil coming back after getting taken out earlier and hit him with a power bomb onto his knees.
Oh wow!
So apparently his knees were fine enough to do that.
Oh my god!
And then climbed to the top of the ladder, but he is now the new middleweight champion.
Awesome.
And I gotta say, I do love me some Teddy Hart from just watching MLW on these past weeks. Yeah.
Was he the one that we in the
yes.
the new Hart Foundation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He does crazy stuff, and he also has this great face on his that he's just like, he doesn't care about anything. There's a point where he does a big moonsault to the outside on the people, and he's just kind of going around giving people fist bumps and stuff. And most of the time you think why isn't this person capitalizing on it? But then you just kind of realize, no, it's Teddy Hart. He's just gonna do what he wants.
Yeah.
He even gives a fist bump to Tony Schiavone at ringside, and he even someone hands him a beer, so he's walking around with a beer fist bump.
Oh my gosh.
He also has
great.
He also has a great segment after later when they were doing a video thing for Brian Pillman Jr. and him, Teddy Hart. They were doing goofy stuff, and he gives Brian Pillman award for best rookie of the year. So he's just handing him a plaque, and Brian Pillman's and it's saying, "Oh, you other guys are lazies," and Teddy Hart's "Yeah, lazy pussies." And then Brian Pillman's hugging him and it's "Just let it out, man, let it out."
Oh my gosh.
It's yes.
Is Pillman a part of the New Hart Foundation too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that was great overall. A very fun match. Then we get into another awesome match. We had both guys making their debut. They only really focus on one of the debuts, so you kind of understand who's going to be the winner. But it's DJ's guy, DJ Z.
Yeah.
Known a lot in Impact Wrestling.
Is that the guy with the
air horn? Yeah.
He's not with Impact Wrestling anymore, is he?
No, I think he's still in there. He's just also doing this.
Oh, cool.
He didn't actually have the air horn. Someone else in the crowd had the air horn.
Those are so annoying.
They are.
But they're just trying to be very authentic to the luchador roots, because when I watch anything in Mexico, they do have air horns in the arenas. But he's actually facing a luchador Dragon Lee, and we will see him against his match against Takahashi, yes. And also in the Best of the Super Juniors. This was another really awesome match here. Really good. Guys can both go well.
I wonder who they were Was it Dragon Lee that they were overshadowing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
overshadowing DJZ.
Yeah, because he's a bigger guy. He's coming in from CMLL and the CMLL lightweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
What CMLL does is they make it like a actual boxing or UFC where they have every single weight class has a division.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight, super heavyweight, even stuff like microweight for their little people wrestlers. So he's the lightweight champion, and of course a very big name. And Dragon Lee ends up winning that match. And then was it the last match? Yes, I believe. Yes, it's definitely the last match. We had a match between Roosh, the leader of Los Inglominables in CMLL.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually his second match for MLW versus Rich Swann. And as you can imagine, this is a very, very good match, and Roosh got his second victory.
Yeah, I could definitely feel like Rich Swann was going to be the one going places and not Cedric, but because of the whole unfortunate matter with his wife, he got pulled from WWE, and Cedric got the win instead of him.
Yeah, but that was a very good match between these two. I really like Roosh. He has a lot of charisma and really good in the ring as well. I liked him in his debut with MLW. You know how I would normally do like a chant that instead of clapping, I would just do something with my noise like da 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 da. He was actually doing that because they were like chanting. I don't know, it was like Lucha Libre for him. It's like da 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 da
Mm-hmm.
before he did his promo at the end. And this is actually part where LA Park does come into play here because they are having a match in a few weeks or even next month. And very early next year, they're going to have a match together in MLW. And LA Park came out here and they were fighting each other.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And also during the whole night, it was a big thing with Tom Lawler trying to track down, the members of Low Key's group and trying to beat him up. So it ended with Low Key getting beat up by Tom Lawler because he was trying to come out and cut a promo on him. So it was a good show overall. And big congratulations for him for getting this TV deal for him, and hope it goes well for MLW.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And going on to some more recently, what had happened. ROH had a final battle, which is one of their pay-per-views that they held just yesterday, I believe, just last night.
Yeah.
And it could have been the final battle for a lot of people when we get down to what happened in the night. So we had the Bouncers defeating the Sons of Savagery in a dark match. So that wasn't shown. I don't know any of those guys, but the Sons of Savagery sounds pretty cool. I would like to think they're Samoan. I don't know why.
Racism.
Alright, and then we had Jeff Cobb defeating the Luchasaurus. I feel like this is is the Luchasaurus a proper luchador? Or is this a guy, and I have to look that up.
Yeah, that should be for the TV championship, huh? Because Jeff Cobb is the current TV champion. I don't know if it says that though.
It doesn't, unfortunately. And then we had Sumie Sakai and Jenny Rose defeating Twisted Sisters. I really wish they gave us more information here.
That's it?
No, they have all the matches.
Oh.
I just meant more information on the matches. I think this is it.
That's it on the matches?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Alright, here we go. Hangman Page is going to try to take the TV title from Jeff Cobb? Why isn't that on there? What's going on? I'm confused. I'm so bloody confused. What the heck is going on here? Let's go to the wiki. This might be, surprisingly enough, 2002. What? What is going on here?
Yep.
Why won't they just tell me what I need to know? Oh wait, I found it. Here we go. Yay. There we go. Alright, so now we're in the right place. Kenny King defeated Eli Isom in a singles match. Kenny King. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about this guy, and makes sense to push him. And then for the television championship, it was Jeff Cobb defeating Adam Page. They completely got that one. I think
they did taping the day before. Maybe you're reading that.
Oh, okay. That probably is what happened. Yeah, and both guys are really good. We saw Jeff Cobb is we saw him
versus
Goto, and he can move in ways that makes no sense for a guy of his stature, which is really cool.
New Japan World, they also have a match versus Ishii.
Oh, ooh.
Yeah,
that's probably really good.
Insane Championship Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
In Scotland.
And then of course Adam Page is really good too, but you kind of thought he was going to lose here because of the AEW. And then we had Kelly Klein in a 4-corner survival match for the Women of Honor World Championship.
Full person elimination match. That's what they call it though.
Okay. I want to see that now. But Kelly Klein defeated Madison Rain, Karen Q, and Sumie Sakai, who I guess was the champion, and now Kelly Klein's your new champion.
Yes.
So we had a huge championship change. That's cool. In a singles match, we had Zack Sabre Jr. of Chaos, right?
Nope, Suzuki.
Will Ospreay is in Chaos.
Yes.
We had Zack Sabre Jr. of Suzuki Gun.
Racist, getting all your British people confused.
Defeating against Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah.
And again,
that was a much anticipated match by a lot of people.
I hope it, being just under 12 minutes, I hope it didn't disappoint, because that's not a lot of time. But Zack Sabre Jr. and probably Jonathan Gresham as well, they could probably put on a lot in 12 minutes. And Zack Sabre Jr. is still like a hot commodity around the world, so I guess it does still make sense to keep giving him the wins.
Yeah. Very important member of Chaos.
Whatever. Matt Taven with TK Orion defeated Dalton Castle with The Boys. Who are The Boys? I'm not entirely sure.
They're the tag team that's associated with him.
Okay.
He has a very flamboyant gimmick, and they're kind of like flamboyant, basically kind of like fanboys, basically.
Oh,
like
okay.
The guys who would stand around people in fandom.
Yeah.
Skimpy clothes. But,
Dalton Castle sounds really familiar.
I had him for the Fantasy Promotion Championship.
Oh, yeah, he was the champion.
Yeah, he was the ROH champion.
Before dropping
earlier this year.
Gotcha. Yeah. And then Matt Taven, he is an interesting, not at all.
Marty Scurll.
Marty Scurll defeated Christopher Daniels by submission, and this is a singles match for Scroll's #1 contender spot for the ROH World Championship. I don't see Marty beating the Black Machismo anytime soon, Jay Lethal. But
yeah, Marty Scurll's in there a little longer than everyone else because of his contract.
Mm-hmm.
His contract's not up like the Young Bucks and Cody and them.
But I'm guessing when it is, he'll be leaving.
Yeah.
And then we had Flip Gordon in an I Quit match defeating Bully Ray.
I've seen some tweets that said that all the storytelling went into that match. So apparently it was really good storytelling from these two. Bully Ray, of course, a veteran of wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
Flip Gordon, a good up and coming, if not done.
And then and Flip Gordon...
He's the flat earther, so that's why.
Yeah. And Flip Gordon was really impressive against Jay Lethal and at the over budget battle royale at All In. That's my only as of right now exposure to him. But from what I saw, he's really good. And then we had Jay Lethal defeating Cody Rhodes with Brandy Rhodes by his side by submission in a singles match for the ROH World Championship.
She did actually get involved in it. Tried taking out... well, she did take out Jay Lethal for a bit, but with what they called the bionic shoulder, because she had shoulder work done earlier in the year. So,
and then this was probably a really good match. Both men involved were really good.
Yeah.
And I can see who was it? I saw that Brandy and Cody were basically Metal Gear Solid characters, or at least that's what they looked like. And that was really cool. And
on to the last one.
Yeah, and then we had
the Ladder War.
The Ladder War 7.
7? Yeah, 7.
For the ROH World Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, it's a
pretty sure
3-way ladder match.
2 years ago, they had something like that with the Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they had the Briscoes, which is Jay and Mark Briscoe, defeating SoCal Uncensored, which is Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. That's the other one. And the Young Bucks, which is Matt and Nick Jackson. Yeah. Ladder matches are fun and crazy, and it was probably really good. Especially with the 3 teams involved. And I'm pretty sure the Briscoes have been champion for quite some time now, so it'll be interesting to see who comes up to challenge them next.
I'm surprised that they still won here, though, since it seems like both other teams are leaving. Their contracts are up, and they actually had afterwards. They had a segment where they said goodbye to the fans and all. So at least the Young Bucks did. I think SoCal was with them. They did have a teasing point in there when when one of the Young Bucks brought out a sledgehammer during the match, but didn't get to use it. And we all know who sledgehammers are associated with. But it definitely looks like the AEW is far more likely than anything else, so that's good. Yeah, so that's the big news outside WWE, right?
Yeah, and then they did have the
final battle.
What do you look like, sir? Of course there's no picture.
I look like this.
But yeah, that was the TV taping. So accidentally spoiled 2 matches. I will not spoil any more.
Good job.
Okay. Ooh, more 4-corner survival matches. Fun.
Yeah.
Now we're going into the WWE.
Yes, into WWE land.
Finally.
And DJ has a really big piece of news right now.
NXT isn't that important. Raw and SmackDown are more important.
I would have to disagree with you there.
Yeah, I do too.
You don't see Seth Rollins coming out trash in NXT.
No, that's true. You are right there. Well, we do have 2, possibly 3 NXT superstars released. One pretty big name is Nick Miller. He's with Shane Thorne. He was with Shane Thorne as a tag partner. The Mighty was just released on NXT TV this past week. Shane Thorne was. So it looks like Nick Miller wants to stay in Australia. He's from Australia. He's Australian born, so he's gonna stay there. He's released. Say that first name, please.
Tyshawn?
Tyshawn Dong has been released. I guess he's not a big name. He was a 7-foot tall boxer from China who had an undefeated record. And Dong was signed this past summer after working the 2017 WWE Performance Center tryouts.
Didn't he like briefly show up for the Greatest Royal Rumble earlier this year? Was that
No,
him?
those were all Middle Eastern guys. Dong's a Chinese guy, so it wouldn't really make much sense to bring him
He's
up.
from China.
That's why they brought them all out, is because they were all from the Middle East.
Yeah.
So they all got popped. They were all probably from Saudi Arabia, actually, because they've been doing a lot of recruiting in Saudi Arabia. But yeah.
Oh, cool. And we have our potential third NXT. He's a UK superstar, Tucker. Dave Meltzer kind of reported, this is from Wrestling Inc. The only reason they're speculating Tucker is because his profile's not on the website anymore. So it's just speculation. He hasn't been released yet. If I find out more information, I'll let y'all know. But Liam, since you're an NXT guy, I know you know a lot about Nick Miller. Any thoughts?
It's gonna be kind of a big shakeup. I don't feel that. I mean, the tag team division is okay. They actually have some really good teams, but there is still a very small amount of them. So that's kind of a big blow there to lose a very good, true heel team versus, say, Undisputed Era, which is still very liked by the crowd heel team. Yeah, it's going to be kind of a big deal. They were just kind of they were just in this past week's episode of NXT versus Danny Burch and Lonnie Orkin in a good match. So kind of random about the go, and I don't know what's gonna happen with the other guy. They came into the company as a tag team. Mm-hmm. I will definitely say they haven't been used too well in NXT, especially back when they were DIY. They had a run going, but then they got injured. Now they're heels now.
You accidentally said DIY. You meant
TM61.
Yeah.
TM61, yeah, that's what it was.
The members of Chaos, of course. But TM61. But yeah, they were kind of misused at the beginning. I may have been thinking of DIY because they actually lost their debut match against DIY. And it was kind of surprising because like they were saying like TM61 and they would build them up, and then you think like DIY is kind of like a jobbers for them, and then DIY wins, and it's like, oh, that's random.
Now DIY are like the biggest names, singles at least, and they were the biggest names of the tag division at the time.
But TM61 had a good thing going when they got into the feud against AOP, but it was sad because they were just kind of getting back into there, and like I said, it could use more heels in there. Right now, it's like down to just Undisputed Era, really, as the only heels in the tag team divisions.
Oh wow!
I mean, and right now they're feuding with EC3, who's teaming up with Heavy Machinery. So.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I don't know what Street Profits and now Danny Burch and Lonnie Orkin are going to be doing. Unless one of them goes heel. I don't know. So let's see how they retool. Maybe he might. Who knows? Maybe he'll end up as one of the Lost Brothers or whatever they call it. Lost Sons, Forgotten Sons. That's it. Forgotten Sons. Because that's what happened to the Buddy Murphy's partner. He's now part of the Forgotten Sons as a stable. So maybe they'll add a fourth member. I don't know.
Should be interesting.
I mean, we definitely know that guy can team up well with Australians.
Yeah.
So. But yeah. So
Buddy Murphy's partner is also Australian?
Buddy Murphy is Australian.
Yeah.
No, his partner was American. I'm saying that guy can team up with Australia as well.
So the other guy in TM61 also
TM61 were both Australians.
Gotcha. Cool.
Or as the Mighty, as they were called when they went heel. But yeah, okay. So after that, I can go next with this. It's real important news. It's Bay is sick.
What?
Bay is sick. Alexa Bliss.
Oh.
No.
So she's not wrestling tonight.
Well, she wasn't on the card anyways, but no. Yeah. Ooh. 33.
Yeah, she's sick. It seems like it's just kind of like cold or flu. That's actually one of the reasons why she had a contract signing with Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey this past Monday, but she didn't actually say anything. Nia Jax really was the only one talking.
Okay.
And I saw it originally, she posted on like Instagram, I think, a picture of her saying I'm sick. So, hope all goes well with her. You know, of course that goes around a lot.
Now a lot of her Twitter posts makes a lot of sense where she's just in bed a lot, no makeup, talking about binging shows.
Yeah.
Cause she seems more like a go-getter, you know what I mean? So now it definitely makes a lot more sense. So we hope she gets a really speedy recovery.
Yeah.
Was she supposed to be in ringside for that match?
No.
Okay. I just thought that because she was in the contract signing.
No, well, she's the head now of... She's the person put in charge of the women's division there. Ever since her concussion from being dropped on her head by Ronda, they wanted to keep her around still because she's a good talker and good character.
She just can't wrestle anymore?
No, she can still. She's coming back.
Yeah, she already got cleared.
She was out just for a few weeks, but they didn't want her to leave, so they want to keep her on television. So they put her in a position as the authority figure for the women.
Oh, awesome.
So she's kind of like right under Baron Corbin with that.
Oh, cool. Is that it for news inside WWE? Because we got TLC.
I mean,
predictions later.
We have news that is being reported that that Braun Strowman is supposed to be coming to TLC, but people are still saying that he's not medically cleared. So it leaves up in the air. And they also have Kurt Angle supposed to be coming to TLC. Oh, another big one. John Cena has said in interviews that he's going to be coming back after all the stuff with Bumblebee is finished. He's supposed to be coming back for at least a month, and he's going to be doing house shows. He says he's not going to do anything on TV, but he wants to go back because he does, he misses his wrestling family. He wants to come back, do house shows for about a month. He's going to be leaving to do more filming, and it's going to be coming. So he's not, some people speculate maybe being at the Royal Rumble, but he's not going to be there. He's going to be out before that happens, but leading up to it, if you go into a house show, you may end up seeing John Cena there. And that's going to be a real nice thing for a lot of the people there, especially since you're not going to be seeing him on TV. It's actual something special.
Do you think it's... Because there is speculation. I read an article. It was either Cultaholic or Wrestle Talk. I've talked about this before, I think, on this show. About things that might happen in 2019. And one of them is John Cena finally retires.
The more movies he does, then yeah, the more likely that is.
I mean, what do y'all think he's gonna retire?
I don't. I think he'll come back, do one more full-time run, because like when he was wrestling with Bobby Lashley at Super Showdown, you could definitely tell that wrestling is his greatest passion, and I guess being a movie star isn't giving him what he thought it would. That's just what I noticed with his promo afterwards.
Let me ask you this question. He is tied for this title, for the heavyweight title? For the record? He hasn't broken the record yet, right?
No, he's tied.
Do you think his last run could be to fight whoever the champion is and win it and break the record?
A lot of people actually want to see Daniel Bryan versus John Cena for it.
Really? Wow.
Talking about great promos back and forth.
I don't think he's gonna break it though.
You don't think?
No.
I think the person we need to get behind that's gonna break it is gonna be Ty Dillinger. I'm just kidding.
I think it would. I think it wouldn't make too much sense for it to be broken, especially since realistically, Ric Flair's number of championship wins is much greater than 16.
Mm-hmm.
People think that's in 20, so it would kind of seem dumb. Just
okay.
But I don't think it's gonna happen too much. And like I said, it's gonna depend on the movies, because anytime he signs a contract with someone, they're not gonna want him to wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he'd have to be around a lot more if he was champion, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But if he does come back, you think he's coming back as Hollywood John Cena?
I don't.
And
think
have
so.
a feud with the Miz?
Yeah, too many people do. After going to Hollywood, gets Hollywood gimmicks.
You think you're special, Miz, but when I'm going to the movie theaters, guess what? I can't see you.
That would be a good one.
Yes.
Check out Bumblebee in theaters Christmas Day. All right, next segment.
I'm pretty sure it's the best segment of the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we see anything?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I only watched Raw a little bit, but Dolph Ziggler versus...
Why did you do that?
Because the family was watching Raw, and I was in the front room, and I just happened to look up.
You didn't save them? Like throw something it'd be like that Mac commercial where the person runs in with the people being brainwashed and just chucks the hammer at the screen. It's like, what are you doing? It's like, I'm saving you from Raw. But with Dolph Ziggler versus
Drew McIntyre, and it was actually
They
did a good job. Not really.
I mean, it's just kind of starting, huh? I mean,
it was just a way to separate the two.
Okay, cool.
They are no longer a tag team, unfortunately. I wish they had all the belts, but alas, my wish did not come true. Apparently the Shield won't even get all the belts, since they're broken up in many different areas of the world right now.
Yeah.
One's a heel, one's a face, the other's trying to destroy cancer. So, yeah.
How was the match?
There'll be one team one of these days.
How was the match?
It was good. You got a lot of dominant showing from Drew. A couple of hopeful spots from Dolph. But in the end, the right man did go over. It was Drew McIntyre. And after that, he ends up Claymore kicking the Dolph Ziggler straight into the LED lights at one point, which was awesome and looked pretty sick. So yeah, that was my best one.
I actually watched quite a bit. I watched last week's MLW because I didn't get to see it. I had a really good match between Sammy Guevara and Rouge, and I watched this week's, as we talked about. I also watched this week's NXT, which was actually a real stacked episode, I would say.
No, nice.
Had a lot of good stuff in there, and it's gonna be a hard one. I may say Rouge versus Alexander, or the ladder match was one of the best. If I'm gonna pick something in WWE, I would actually say it was Ricochet with his open title for the North American title versus Tyler Breeze. So yeah, Tyler Breeze did make a comeback into NXT.
He's in NXT right now?
Yeah, for right now, for that match.
Do you think, just for speculation, do you think he might be one of the superstars that goes back in NXT? No?
No, I don't think there's going to be superstars going back, realistically.
You don't think? Okay.
I think it would be too much of a waste of money for them. Because NXT burns cash. Their whole point is trying to get stars ready for the main roster. If they don't get them out to the main roster, then it's financially not working out for them. And I think they're
Unless
just looking
you're
for something.
unless you're DIY or the Undisputed Era.
I mean, even then, they still have to move them out eventually. Because like I said, NXT doesn't make money. It doesn't actually make a turn of profit on its own. And it's just probably something for them to do with Fandango still out. But he came in a really great match against Ricochet.
Awesome.
There's a lot of real good stuff in there. I would advise people to check it out. Check out MLW if y'all haven't on YouTube. You know, they put out all their weekly episodes every Saturday. You can either watch it live or you can watch the replay. I normally watch the replay after because I never catch the live when it starts. So I'm always like, okay, I'll just come back to it.
Oh, cool.
But it's all real good, especially if you're not liking the way WWE works, because it's writes a lot like WWE, but more consistent characters and better storylines.
Okay.
So that's better.
And they actually do things that make sense.
Yeah, you know, all the feuds matter. Like that whole episode, like I was saying, you had Tom Lawler chasing down Low Key and his crew. So, you know, it was the whole time he was trying to chase him down and doing everything and fighting with it. So instead of just waiting in the back for no reason. Yeah, so I would say Ricochet is best in there, but I would put either the ladder match or the singles match between Alexander and Rush in there as outside WWE. I never watched anything yet of New Japan. New Japan had a show last night as well. I didn't watch any of that.
It's probably great.
Yeah, it probably had some good stuff in there. There was the one moment, that one gift that's been given around from a multi-man match between the head, Will Ospreay and Kota Ibushi in there, where like Will Ospreay does this flip from the top rope, like Ibushi was trying to toss him off, but does a flip, lands on him, and then just kind of like angrily stares back at Kota Ibushi. So it's like very cool in that way. So I mean that should be a really great match when you get to Wrestle Kingdom, you know? Yeah.
All right. Did you see anything?
No, but I did hear about.
You will this week.
Why?
TLC.
Oh, that's true. Well, I did hear about. Not me, Isa. But I did hear about what's his face? Seth Rollins talking bad about Baron Corbin and the ratings that have happened on Raw, and yes, ratings have been bad. I can only imagine why. It's a 3-hour show with stupid gimmicks and everything. And I'm hoping when Vince McMahon returns tomorrow night that he will talk about that and maybe some way, shape, or form make Raw better. I don't know how you can, but I don't know. Any thoughts from y'all?
Segment was actually funny.
It was.
He called out the Revival.
Oh, he did?
And he's like, "Hey, what about the Revival? These are great This is a great tag team that should be fighting or wrestling for the championship. But now you have them in these Lucha House Party matches. And what is this Lucha House Party match? What are you doing?" And it's like,
I don't know what was.
what did that come
I don't
from?
know who was like writing it or who was.
No clue. I wonder if he went off script for that.
I mean,
one.
it doesn't even make sense in kayfabe sense because I mean, why would he support the Revival?
Right.
And I mean, is Baron Corbin even booking the Lucha House Party rules? I think it's just like Lucha House Party saying Lucha House Party rules, and everyone's like, okay.
I honestly don't know. All I know is that it is a lot of ridiculousness, and that one line did not feel. And he also mentioned Drake Maverick urinating on himself. He brought that up.
Baron Corbin just be like, I can't control someone's pee, man.
It felt weird, but it was interesting. I will say that.
Alright, what's next?
It is ranting time. It's time to get stuff off of our chest.
Can I go first?
Alright, I'll rant first.
Oh, you go first? Okay.
Sick and tired of all these stinking Cowboys winning, and the Dolphins always winning. But right now they're both losing, so
What?
I'm hoping that they
Is there someone with like
lose.
I can understand someone having a cowboy gimmick, but how's a dolphin gimmick work?
Yeah, no.
Just like flop in the middle of the ring.
Well, you're
All their
gonna have to ask BoJack Horseman.
All their promos are ee.
No, dude, I feel like someone just being a dolphin, like he identifies as dolphin and just does that all the time, would get really good heel heat.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to write this character. Which WWE superstar would actually be able to pull that off? Which one do you think? I'll save that for later.
Okay.
Anyways, my real rant is about Raw and how the writing is super inconsistent and the wrong people are main eventing, and the fact that it is harder. I used to do Was It Worth It, and the series will come back eventually when we have like, the proper stuff to do so. But while doing Was It Worth It and all that glorious goodness, they had a couple of bad episodes here and there. Some middle of the road, some really good. But the last couple months, it's just...
You're kind of glad you're not doing it.
I feel like I would want to trade for SmackDown and just let DJ have all the Raw Was It Worth It.
Really?
Yeah. At some point, you'd be like, I think I want to trade with superstars.
Or I'll just abandon Raw and go to NXT UK. Oh man, but it's really annoying, and then all these annoying stuff that just doesn't get over and is super awkward with Drake Maverick peeing, ruining AOP, having them drop the titles to Bobby Roode and Chad Gable.
That's stupid.
A bunch of decisions that hurts a lot of wrestlers and makes the fans really wish watching Raw wasn't an option. And for a lot of people, they don't watch Raw anymore. They tune into SmackDown, or they just watch other people reviewing it because the people reviewing it had to for their job. So there you go. That's my rant.
Well, mine's going off the same thing, so I'll just kind
I
of...
would actually say realistically, people aren't even tuning in to SmackDown. SmackDown's ratings are even worse than Raw now.
Oh man, that's so sad.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing...
Watch SmackDown.
They're
so
below
good.
2 million now.
SmackDown's...
Raw's never dropped that far yet.
But the thing that gets me... With all of this, WWE's going downhill. I'm sorry. I'm hoping Vince McMahon can do something about this, but I doubt it. It's just sad. SmackDown, before I stopped watching it, was getting kind of... Yeah, I like the AJ Styles wrestling style. But it's like, he's on every week. The Miz is on every week. The same top maybe 10, 15, 20 wrestlers were on every week. Men and women. Yeah, you had 1 or 2 newcomers every week, but other than that, you had the same wrestlers. You had gimmicks going on for too long. Fighters wrestling each other too long. It's just aggravating. You know, people can just watch pay-per-views. The thing about WWE, it's so predictable now. You can watch a pay-per-view, watch the storyline before the match, and probably almost guess who's going to win that match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 2 minutes of a storyline before the match starts, and I can probably guess who's going to win based on that. That is pathetic. That's 5 minutes. Not minutes. 5 hours of TV time that it's dwindled into about 5 minutes before a match. I mean, NXT is better, and it's only an hour. Right? Basically?
Yeah.
I mean, we get 3 matches in an hour.
An hour.
3 matches in an hour in NXT on average, right?
Yeah.
And they're good matches. We got 5 hours of TV here on 2 nights and we can't do crap. It seems like. You know.
SmackDown is. They're doing a lot of good stuff.
They are.
They just had Mustafa Ali versus Daniel Bryan.
I mean, don't get me wrong. They do have good matches, but it's like I want to see different wrestlers. I don't want to see Daniel Bryan every week. I don't want to see, space it out so when you do introduce us, have Daniel Bryan on every other week. I wouldn't mind that.
You know he's the champion now, right?
But he doesn't need to wrestle every week. Let him have a promo.
Yeah, I mean, anyone wrestling every week's not eventually going to be boring no matter what.
Yeah.
Right, that's the thing that was getting me. It was like, when I was watching it, AJ Styles was fighting every week, and it was just getting boring. I'm not going to keep going on. I'm going to let Liam go, but just try and think. I'm hoping this pay-per-view card can be really good, because it looks good, but I doubt it. Liam?
Okay, I don't have too much to rant about. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you watch better wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would say Demo W. It's only like an hour long, I believe, and they actually put in multiple What did we talk about? We talked about 3 matches.
NXT.
3.
Earlier, yeah, 3 matches, and then multiple backstage segments going over things.
On NXT.
I'm talking about MLW.
Oh, MLW. Okay.
My only rant I would go is, I think people need to be a little less defensive about WWE and stuff. Because, I mean, there's a point where I think Brian Alvarez of the Wrestling Observer podcast, he retweeted or tweeted an article about Raw hitting its lowest ratings yet again. And he tweeted it saying that's just pathetic. And then someone immediately came in. He was a former writer for WWE, now writes for Impact, saying, you don't understand that it's very difficult for those people to write for that many hours of television on a weekly basis like that, nonstop. Yeah. And it's like, number one, it's like he didn't actually say anything about the writing. He just said overall it's pathetic. That he didn't just say like, oh, these writers are all hacks or something like that to even warrant that. So it's like it's such a random thing to even bring up about it. He's just saying overall it's very weak. And I would also add to that, it's like they can write 1 hour a week, but if you're not going to actually write compelling characters, it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's something that, I'm sure we talked about in the past, but I know Stephen Lawson's also brought up the fact that they actually watch, all like 8 hours a week of WWE, and they bring up, it's like in the main roster, it's like none of these people are dynamic, none of these people, do things.
Right.
It's like you have this person be betrayed, and then like they don't follow up on it, and they don't do anything with it. It's like nothing matters to them. And it's like, why does that matter to anyone else then? It's like, so if you can't write good, compelling, dynamic characters, you can't write a 1 hour a week wrestling show, let alone 5 hours a week. So it's like, it doesn't matter. And also, you're a giant company that's getting billions of dollars. Hire more people if you can do it. I mean, I talked before, brought up the idea of saying, separate the wrestlers into groups and give them to different writing groups and say, this writing group, y'all tackle these wrestlers, do feeds and with these guys and girls. Right. And it's like, just break it out and make it easier for people. Bring in more guys or more women. I don't think they have any women in the writing room. It's like, well, it doesn't make sense. And it's like,
grab some women to write for the women so that way we don't get the same storylines over and over again.
I get it. She's not able to finish the match because she's overwhelmed with emotions. Makes sense. Yes, that's all the women I know. And then at one point, she even faints and has to go to a fainting couch. Yes. Yes. Yeah, we can just... Yes, and then she's not able to make it. We had to write her off. Just write her off with hysteria.
God.
Which, if you don't know, that's something that they used to do in like the 1950s and before, where like anything from any woman, medical doctors would just write it off as hysteria.
Really?
It's like, yeah. So any type of mental illness a woman would face, any type of anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, anything at all, it was just all hysteria, and you just kind of write it off that way.
Oh my word.
So it's like that's what's on the writing team feels like. But yeah, but the whole point is I don't understand why people have to be so defensive about it. It's if someone points out that the writing's not good, then that's just constructive criticisms and saying that you don't have enough time. Okay, then I don't know, shorten Raw, add more people. You can control that. That's not our decision here. If someone's like, your movie really falls apart during the middle, and it's like, just all the characters just, meander about and don't really have any purpose. And it's like, well, the movie was just too long, so we couldn't have enough time to write everything. It's like, well, then just shorten the movie. And it's like, that's a simple answer.
Right.
Or find a solution. Yeah, that's not a good excuse to understand or saying why Raw sucks.
Yeah.
You can't just say, oh, it's hard, and then just move along.
Yeah.
That was actually WWE Simpsons memes tweeted out. One of their memes is saying it's like it looks like the WWE writing staff takes from the Homer Simpson school, where it's like Homer talking about it, and it's like, well, sometimes when something gets hard, you just don't do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, stop being defensive. It's like some people giving you criticisms. Respond to those criticisms.
Mm-hmm.
Don't deflect them, especially when you're not even working for the company. I don't know. That's why. And then Seth Rollins also tweeted it. And it's like, just leave it alone. It's like, yes, it's a hard job. But you also have to do it.
I mean, do the wrestlers not wrestle every week? Or every day, I should say?
Yeah.
No, they wrestle every day.
And it's like, I don't know, get you someone like a Stephen King. I mean, that guy put like 20 books a year.
That's crazy.
No, yeah, I mean, he has hundreds of books, Stephen King.
Yeah, I know.
Crazy. But yeah, just fix it. Like I said, you either get more people or shorten the time. Try to get ahead of the schedule instead of doing it on a week-to-week basis.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, apparently Vince McMahon can rewrite the entire episode of Raw in a few days to respond to what's happening in the world. I don't know why he can't write. And it's like, even someone pointed out, it's like, who was a writer, and says like, once you have characters, it should write itself. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of the thing. Once you have the characters, it should write yourself. Even if you just do a few episodes where it's just like all wrestling. So like 2.5 hours of wrestling and only 30 minutes of story. That feels like something you can write. 30 minutes. Because like every match doesn't actually have to have a storyline behind it. You can just have matches.
And I understand if we're just starting out, it might be a little difficult. But we know the characters, we know their gimmicks. It's like, it should just, the next gimmick, the next feud should just go, right, here we go.
Yeah.
It should just flow, but it doesn't. Like you're saying, it doesn't.
Yeah, it seems a little crazy that you're saying that just copy and pasting. Which basically what they do. Everything's just copy and pasted. All the faces are the same face. Most of the heels just do the same thing. And it's like, well, I mean, seems like you can just, seems pretty simple there, but you don't do it. And then people just get way defensive of it when people give them legitimate criticisms.
Yeah.
And then like the person was Zombie Princess. I think that's what his Twitter handle was. The former writer, and someone was like saying, "Oh, what we can't criticize him." It's like, no, you can criticize him. That's fine. It's like, well, no, you called him out for criticizing him. That's what he was doing. And yeah, I mean, Brian Alvarez is of course right on this. Raw has been pathetic,
Right.
and the ratings show.
Very much so.
Well,
Alright, it's time
You gotta be thinking Fox is just like, what did we get ourselves into?
hey, at least they only got a
Fox
2-hour
has
show.
SmackDown.
Hey,
Yeah, SmackDown's ratings are even worse than Raw.
Well, true,
They
but
keep
at least the
declining.
show is good.
Better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's great or good. I wouldn't
said
even
good.
Say. I wouldn't say it's good.
I would, because I'm actually watching it.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Daniel Bryan is doing amazing stuff. His promos are so bloody fantastic. Oh man,
That's good.
he's such a great heel.
All right.
Yeah.
What's our next?
I was also thinking about it. I want to see a feud between the New Day and the New Hart Foundation. Because I think that the comedy can work as heel comedy versus face comedy, and then go into a crazy match where they do stuff.
Ball game. Oh, that should be. Okay. What's their next segment? Is
It's time to book it ourselves.
who's
We
booking?
take a.
We take a book and
we
we
would
make
write
it ourselves.
it on it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're gonna take anything in the world of wrestling, and we're just gonna book it. So, let's go and say All Elite Wrestling is happening.
Right.
Let's book the first show.
For what?
Who gets placed in there?
No. What?
All Elite Wrestling.
Oh, I don't know this.
Okay, we go with the big battle royal. You know,
Okay.
one person in at a time. We get down to Flip Gordon at the end. As for like a final contract spot, Flip Gordon's in there. He's the last person in there. Was about to win. Number 30 hits, and it's Pharaoh, Cody Rhodes' dog. And Pharaoh comes down and knocks Flip Gordon out of the ring, and Pharaoh gets the last contract.
I would like that.
That's the
That's
first
funny.
match.
That is.
That would be good.
Yeah. We'll have Flip Gordon be in there. He comes in number 1. Last whole match. Get everyone behind him.
To a dog.
That would be awesome.
Oh my gosh. Which should be the first? I mean, I guess the first tag team would, at least a good one would be SoCal Uncensored versus the Young Bucks. It's a good way to get hyped for a show. But I would take SoCal Uncensored and grab the Gorillas of Destiny. I think that would be a really cool match to see. Tonga Loa and
Tamatonga.
Tamatanga.
Oh, it's Tanaloa and Tamatonga. Tanaloa.
Tanaloa. Tanaloa. Tamatanga.
Yes.
Dang it, those bloody vowels in the name.
Yes, I guess I'll help you with the Maui names.
Mm-hmm. I'm definitely better equipped at pronouncing Japanese stuff. And then I guess the Young Bucks, they could face. I don't really know a lot of tag teams outside of the WWE, but I want to know more. What's a good British tag team right now?
That's not signed with the
Exactly.
WWE. I don't know the British wrestling scene. You know, they have. I still remember back to the tweet made by, I think, Nick Jackson, when he was talking about how great the Super Smash Bros. Were, and saying that someone should book them in America.
Oh, yeah.
So it would make very much sense for them to be
Just
booked
grab them,
with them.
Young
Yeah.
Bucks and Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds like they want
good.
to go up against each other.
And I think Cody's first battle should be against. Who would be if Dustin Rhodes? I would say his brother, if he's not still signed with the WWE.
He's a backstage guy
Mm-hmm.
with them.
I think it'd be fun. A fun little
Probably
family
producer,
reunion.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes.
Ooh, I would actually like to see him face Zack Sabre Jr. That'd be interesting. Yeah. You get Kenny.
Kenny
Who's he
Omega.
facing?
Kenny Omega will face it'll be a comeback from his past, and not the little girl. I'm not talking about her, but a kind of partner, someone who was always in his corner. It was the broom he always came down when he was a cleaner. And Kenny Omega will wrestle a broom and have a 5-star match.
All right, DJ, this is your book. Who is? Name one WWE superstar that will go and face against. Like he's turning coat, he's leaving WWE, and he's gonna face Kota Ibushi. Just to give you an idea of who Kota Ibushi is, he likes to do a lot of flippy stuff, and also break people's necks. That's why.
Dean Ambrose.
Okay.
What do you say?
Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose. Okay.
I mean,
from what I was saying hearing, it was sounding like Dana Brooks.
No. Hell no. No, but I'll go with Dean Ambrose.
Oh, this game is now over.
Yeah.
Like,
Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. Probably Dean Ambrose or I could see AJ Styles. AJ Styles does.
I would really like to see Kenny versus AJ as AJ's revenge after getting kicked out of Bullet Club.
That would be a good.
I would.
That's why I said.
Thinking with Kenny Omega, I would say maybe a Bandito.
Ooh.
Kenny Omega versus Bandito matchup.
That would be really
That would be
awesome.
good.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Holding.
Not coming back.
As we're gonna have a cruiserweight match in here. I think maybe a fatal 4-way to crown the new title. I'd feel if he's back up by that time, Marco Stunt, that would be a good one. First guy to put in there.
I would put in Rich Swann.
Yeah.
He's really great in the ring.
Yeah, Swan, Marco
Can
Stunt.
you handle it? Can you handle it? Can you handle it?
Some other small
Who's a small guy from WWE you'd like to see turn coat?
Small guy?
Mm-hmm.
Woods? Xavier? Daniel Bryan,
No,
maybe?
he's
No,
purple.
Daniel Bryan. Because I think even though Daniel Bryan's champion right now, Liam and I have talked about this off air, that I think Daniel Bryan could be used so much better in independent wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And I just would love to see Daniel Bryan fight like even a Kenny Omega. I mean, it's too late now because Kenny Omega's like I would have loved to see that match before Daniel Bryan got hurt.
I'd still really like to see that match.
You would still like
Oh,
I would still like to see it, but you know Daniel Bryan was a lot faster and a lot more mobile back then.
And then the last match, who would be the last guy to put in that match?
Another small guy. I think we could use.
Maybe a luchador?
I was thinking more. We would need some heel heat in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think if he's back, if he's also back by then MJF could work because he's very good Miz type of guy. That's in small range. So that'd be a good thing.
Or if they turn Son of Havoc heel again. I don't remember his real name.
Matt. Was it Matt? apparently just have multiple Mad Wrestling. But
The Son of Havoc.
Matt Cross.
Matt Cross, yeah.
But I think Matt Cross would do good against. I just also had his name up here. Speedball Mike Bailey. I don't think you ever seen him, but but he's real good. High flyer plus striker. I think they would work well together. He's also current DDT. What was it called? DDT Iron Weight Champion.
Okay.
But if you don't know, is a comedy wrestling group DDT. And he made a joke about how he won it from an actual person and not just from a chicken on a stick, because they actually had former champion Yakitori, which is a chicken on a stick. So they actually had a champion that was just that. It was like I think someone was eating chicken, the champion was eating chicken, fell asleep with the chicken on his chest, and they counted 1, 2, 3. And the chicken was the champion.
Oh my gosh.
You know, they actually had one time Joey Ryan was champion, and he lost to Candice LeRae in a dream.
Alright, what's our next segment? Before we get too far off.
Okay.
It's what do you think? We ask the other guys, what do they think? And let's bring it back. Which current wrestler on the WWE roster do you think could actually take the gimmick of being a dolphin and making it work?
Dolph Ziggler.
Dolphin Ziggler?
Yeah.
Dolphin Ziggler.
Yeah.
His name is already perfect for it.
That is true.
What do you think?
I think DJ gave the ultimate answer.
Woohoo!
And you
I did a Liam.
Sure, I'll take the compliment, I guess.
You know what I mean by that, right?
They gave a great answer?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go with DJ's.
No, okay. But do you think he could actually get into that character, though? His name is perfect for it. Without a doubt.
If he had to, I could see it.
Well, without...
He'd have to be a really good face, though.
Without Damien Sandow there, I don't know who would be on the main roster who can pull it off.
Damien Sandow.
If he was there,
he
would
could
be
pull
the
off
choice.
anything.
Yes.
Yeah, Damien Sandow has some weird gimmicks. I forgot about him.
Yeah, pick.
Biggie.
Biggie?
Yeah, I can see it.
He could make that really entertaining.
Is that your new stuttering gimmick?
Nope.
I don't you mean nope?
Shut up. Oh, what's your question, Liam?
Okay, I'm gonna steal a question I actually heard from Stephen Lawson. Someone asked him that, and if you can go and take 5 wrestlers, 5 in WWE, 5 out of the WWE, that you could invite over to your house for Christmas dinner, who would it be?
And does kayfabe rule apply?
Yes, it's their kayfabe character, not their real life character. I mean, for them, they just did, I think, real life characters, but I'm gonna make it just kayfabe to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
AJ Styles. You said 5, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Women included?
Yeah.
Alexa Bliss. AJ Styles. Well, I'll do men first. I'll do it easy. AJ Styles.
Well, it's just 5 from...
Yeah, no. AJ Styles. Sheamus and Cesaro.
So you got 4 now.
No, well, yeah, Alexa Bliss is my woman.
Oh, it's your woman?
That doesn't sit right with us.
It's even worse with the Juggernaut.
Very true.
How do you get a fifth guy? Or a gal?
Who's my fifth person? Dang it.
Surprised you're not saying. Oh wait, he's
Brie
not.
Bella?
Oh, okay.
No, Nick. No, I don't know. Yeah, I'll go with Brie.
Okay.
And do you know 5 outside of the WWE?
Yeah, I'll do 5 outside. Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
I'm definitely thinking Moose, huh? I mean, it's your boy Moose.
Oh yeah. I'm going with Moose.
Moose.
Yeah, we'll go with
What
Moose.
about the other one who shares 2 of the same letters in your name?
No.
Jay-Z. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. LAX.
Well, that's 5.
What are you doing, DJZ?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, yeah,
That's 5.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. You proved me wrong.
Well, I know Impact. I only know Impact because that song. So.
No, that's good pickups though.
Yeah.
Mine. Oh, drat. Kiera Hogan.
Kenny Omega.
She seems like really, really fun. Yeah, obviously Kenny. And I would actually have to his other KO partner. Okada. Gosh. Kazuchika. I was trying to remember his first name.
Yeah,
Kazuchika Okada. He would be awesome. Who is next? I would have to then go with. It'd be really cool. Tessa Blanchard. She's really awesome. And I would have to, the last one, Paul London. So that way I can bring Brian Kendrick and have a reunion. Then obviously it's going to be Becky Lynch, Asuka.
Ooh, don't you think those two be fighting each other?
No, they'll have.
Gotta keep them away.
Becky and Asuka still have a mutual respect for earning their way to the top. And then Alicia Fox.
Okay.
And my last one would be Kofi Kingston.
Yeah.
He'd be really cool.
Gotta have something to bring the pancakes.
Right?
Yeah.
Somebody's got to bring pancakes. You're right. Somebody's got to bring pancakes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are yours?
Okay, I'll go with. I'll start with Kenny Omega.
Alright.
Yeah, with him as well. But I'm of course gonna put Kota Ibushi in there. You know, you really dropped the ball on there. Yeah.
Oh, I did that on purpose.
Yeah, keep them away from each other for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta kill that love.
The reason why Kazuchika Okada is because I like his Vacation Okada gimmick. I don't know if he's still doing that.
Oh, he's already talked about how Okada Cruise 2019's booked.
Nice. Nice.
He can angle to get on it. Okay, who else? Okay, I gotta put him in there. Teddy Hart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about him. Yes. Going to put some more women in there, but I don't know as much women outside the WWE.
I feel like you're a Sue Young kind of guy.
The
Undead Bride.
Yeah, but she'd be into the Undead Bride gimmick.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Madison Rain.
Okay.
big year and ended up with again it's with Christmas with me. The cherry on top. And then who should be the last guy? There'll be a lot of people on that list. But I think it will end with a guy who I think is going to have some good stories, if I can understand him. Tomohiro Ishii.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I was thinking which I have a feeling it was either him or Suzuki. Didn't know which one you were going with.
I don't know how to bring Suzuki. I don't want him to hurt people. Remember, it's in character. I would love to meet Suzuki in person. He seems like a great guy in real life, but but not the character.
And then you
can have
WWE guys.
He's gonna be just trying to beat up young lions, and it's like there's no young lions here. Stop breaking all the furniture. WWE, of course, it starts off with Alexa Bliss. She's gonna be better by then, so she's gonna feel better. She's gonna be going out, and then there's also gonna be Tony Storm. Tony Storm is gonna be there. But then we're gonna have Kari Sane. She's also gonna be there. And then we're gonna have I'm gonna have both Heavy Machinery guys. Okay. Because they seem fun, and they'll also bring the steaks.
All right. So I got the pancakes. You got the steaks.
Yeah. Steaks and weights, baby.
And your question, DJ?
All right. What? Y'all know the card for tonight, right?
Yes.
Okay. What match do you think? Not based on winners, not based on who's in it. Well, yeah, I guess based on who's in it, not because you know who's gonna win, but based on because it's a ladders match or a tables match or both. What match will be the best?
So you're asking us what we think is gonna be match of the night?
Not based on who, not based on who's gonna win it, based on how the match goes.
Hopefully, it's gonna be the main event as well, and that's gonna be the SmackDown Women's Championship TLC match. Becky Lynch, Asuka, Charlotte Flair.
Oh,
I see that.
Oh, you're talking about the second main event. I thought you were talking about the first main event.
I'm talking about the main event. The real
the one
main
going on last?
event.
Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman?
No, that's not going on last. I refuse to believe. I think that one has easily the potential because with the 3 women involved. And yes, if there is a certain winner, it would elevate the match a lot more for me. Obviously, that's always going to be the case for any match you see. But regardless, I think they're going to do an amazing job.
There's going to be a good one between Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, right?
Oh, that should be a really good match.
It's going to just be a chairs match, but it's going to be a real good one.
Wow. Okay.
What was the TLC match from SmackDown?
The women.
Oh, it's the women? Okay.
Yeah, that's the
TLC for men's.
Braun Strowman and
Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
That's not going to happen now.
And, well, there's going to be the triple threat for the tag team championship.
Yeah, they do have that.
For SmackDown, that should be good.
That's going to be in a kickoff show, right?
Don't know.
Usos versus Bar versus New Day.
New Day. And of course, Cedric versus... Buddy Murphy should be really good too.
Yeah. So Cedric again?
Cedric Alexander, yeah.
I don't know, I just thought the feud would have moved on by now.
Well, he never got his.
Yeah, but he could have gotten
rematch.
his rematch on a 205 Live episode.
No, apparently he didn't, and it wasn't until he pinned Buddy Murphy in a tag team match that Drake Maverick said, "Okay, you're ready. You're ready to face Buddy Murphy again." So now, that's how we got this match here.
So that's gonna be some good stuff. So
It has the potential to be a really stacked card,
yes,
but it also has a lot of stuff to weigh it down.
Right.
No, that is not a bad choice. That was a very poor choice of words.
We knew what you meant, though.
oh, but wait, are they gonna have the match? Yeah, they're supposed to have a match between Natalia and Ruby Riott, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Tables
That
match.
should definitely be the best match of the night right there.
Are you serious?
I just no.
Especially when you get the run in from Jim the Anvil Nighthawk, the ghost
Jim-
of Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah, okay.
Jim
Jim
the
the table.
No, I'm saying like the ghost of Jim the Anvil Nighthawk comes down. It's like he all gets spooky, lights go down.
And then he turns heel and takes out Natalia. Yay!
Yeah,
Then why did you do it? I'm a ghost.
it's like he betrays her, and it's like just kind of leaves her abandoned on the top rope, and then she's so overcome with her sadness from having being betrayed by her dead father that she like cries and then falls backwards onto the table, taking her out.
Oh man. Let's get into the mailbag.
Yes, please.
I don't really hear anything.
I only heard one question
Let's hear it.
that I thought was interesting, and that is, do you think WWE will do a factory reset in order to get Raw back to at least decent?
Yes.
I don't know.
And it starts tomorrow night with Vince McMahon coming back.
You don't think it's gonna start tonight with the Raw matches?
Vince
I don't know
McMahon-
enough about that to say it will.
Vince McMahon comes out tomorrow night and it's like, I understand a lot of people are upset. They don't think these matches were that great. I understand all this. I'm going to do things needed done to fix it. Baron Corbin, you're fired. Nothing else changes.
Ah!
Oh man.
Okay. I don't know that. I think real hard reset's gonna be too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be a more subtle approach, but
I understand, but you think something's gonna happen, right?
Well,
something should logically happen.
yes. Something needs to
I think
happen.
if the ratings go dip below 2 million for Raw, it will definitely happen.
Mm-hmm.
But there's still a lot of arrogance though too, because it's not like a lot of stuff gets good ratings. 2 million is actually still pretty good compared to a lot of stuff on Monday night, and they may also still think Monday Night Football is still cutting into it and may wait.
I do agree with that, because the ratings will go up.
I know way more people are gonna be tuning in this Monday night.
Why?
Around here for the NFL because
The Saints.
it's a pretty big deal. They're playing against a division rival, and so that means also people in South Carolina are probably going to be tuning in. Fans of those teams are going to be tuning in, so I can definitely see them taking another hit.
But the thing that gets me is, this has happened every year. How long has football been around? Football's been around
53
years.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that this was 58 years, but I mean, I'm not saying that's the reason for the ratings.
But how much?
I'm saying that that's just what they're saying is rating dip.
But how
And I don't
much?
know if they're gonna realize how much it's hitting them until later.
Do you think it'll go back up after?
That'd be a small bump, but it's not gonna go up huge.
It's not going to be enough to where they say, oh, we don't have to do anything. the ratings went back up after football season.
Right. I mean,
Okay.
I would even argue right now it's not going up. It's not to the point where they feel they need to do things right now. Because, like I said, they're still outweighing a lot of shows. Like, even if you think of something like Big Bang Theory, I think they average, or as it went on average, like 2.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
And Raw is still kind of in that range. So it's not like it's doing terrible ratings, actually. It's actually doing decent ones. It's just much lower than what it used to do.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's never going to go back to the Attitude Era where combined they had over 10 million
wow.
people watching. I mean, they can definitely, if it got popular again, it could get up to that. It's good to remember, there's like 300 million people. So even 10 million is not even that much when you really put it together.
300 million?
In America, yeah, there's over 300 million, probably close to 350 now, if not closer to 400.
Wow.
But like Monday Night Raw does good. I mean, Monday Night Football does about 11 to 12 million, depending on who's on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The bigger the game, the bigger more people. But yeah. So it, of course, will always cut down everything else around it, but it's not enough to make a difference.
Yeah.
That's not the reason for their slump, especially from years past comparison. It's their writing. I think they will take it. I think they will look at it a lot as a loss of Roman, but I think they could have kept people around even when Roman was gone.
If only they would actually tell more compelling stories.
Yeah.
Anymore?
But I think as long as they can make enough excuses for themselves, it'll keep them from actually fixing the problem.
Unfortunately, true.
What's
I
next?
don't think I had too many more questions.
Yeah. Nothing else coming to me. You excited for TLC?
Maybe.
So convincing. Are you excited for TLC? It's your first actual pay-per-view you've seen with us since...
I was here a couple of months ago. I didn't sit in on this, but I will be here for TLC. It's very compelling. I mean, every pay-per-view that I've seen this year, be the last one actually this year.
SummerSlam, holy crud.
Yeah, I wasn't here since SummerSlam, you're damn right. So, we're going to have to wait and see what happens.
I mean, you saw the Super Showdown with us, but that was after the fact.
Yeah, this will be live. It has potential to be great. We will go live in about probably another hour. We'll go live to do our predictions, so please tune in. And, yeah, so, Issa, want to close this out?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay.
TLC's coming, guys, and we need to hurry up, sign out for this video so that way we could start the next video really, really soon.
About 4 o'clock. About 4 o'clock Central Time.
Doesn't...
That's about 40 minutes. 5 o'clock starts the pre-show. So,
so actually start... Oh, crud, we're going to be here forever.
Yeah, so we'll be alright. We're good.
Oh, crud. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave us a like down below. Those sexy likes, by the way.
And the unsexy ones.
If you want it that way. We want all the likes. Please share to all of your friends.
And enemies. He's really off today.
Yeah, come on.
Dude, I've been working too bloody hard. We all have.
You need me to do it?
So yeah, give us those sexy likes.
And the unsexy ones.
Don't forget to share to all of your friends.
And enemies.
If you really like what we do, then hit that subscribe button so that way you are part of the Smarky family. And then go and hit that notification bell because...
we go live at this time, 1 p.m. Central, every Sunday. And for all pay-per-views. And we're trying to do a non-WWE pay-per-views as well. So, please join us.
Yeah, whenever we can. And whenever fun little videos pop up. Yeah, the championship. Who will be the champion at the end at the end of 2018? Only time will tell.
Alright.
You can follow me on Twitter at IssaJ_STP.
Follow me on Twitter at Liam_SWA.
And me at DJC_SEL.
And leave us some comments down below to let us know what you thought about the episode, what you think about Raw and SmackDown currently, and if you're excited about TLC. Thanks again, guys, and until next time, it will be awesome.
See you later. Bye.
Oh, I dropped my phone. I dropped my bloody phone.
Bye. Bye, guys.
When he does stupid things, he becomes British.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
I don't know if that's a slight on the British people from you, though.
No, it's a slight on you.
Oh,
okay.